Well, for this part, I did all sorts of microphone tests, and my microphone wasn't working. So all my original audio is lost. So right here I'm demonstrating, look, this room is empty. Well, there's a reason for, and my inventory, there was a reason for that because, oh come on, am I still talking? And then I check from all my settings. Oh, right, turning the volume down so that you can hear my voice. Not that that worked, but basically here's the way it is. I spent a whole bunch of time off camera, not a whole bunch, it was actually probably an hour or so, but I spent a whole bunch of time harvesting stuff from Grove of the Burning Oaks, and I got about 2 stacks of wood up. I used that wood to create a kind of crummy looking staircase and a whole staging area. You can sort of see it. There's the wood wall. I just pointed at my computer screen. But yeah, you can see it. There's wood wall, chests, another wood wall, crafting table, furnace, bed. My spawn is set in this bed, so if I ever complain about this in the future, that's to worry about. And then I have everything organized. I have a whole bunch of wooden picks, as you can see. Weapons. Well, not very many, but you know. I have the Infernizer, a wooden sword. Can easily make more wooden sword. 15 leather for armor, which I use to craft pants and a chest plate. Because I'm preparing to go into Ember Mines. Anyway, there I am. In case you were wondering, my skin is from Farscape. The character Stark, he's a character in the TV show Farscape. I might like to get an original skin at some point, but so here I believe I'm showing off my whole organizational system. I mean, the signs are pretty self-explanatory. I got a bit of food. I made a wheat farm in Grove of the Burning Oaks. And then that's the leftover wood from all my projects. I actually had to go back and get some more because I was down to 9 planks after I finished this whole thing. Getting blocks for the dungeon I was preparing to encounter. Interesting story, by the way. You've noticed that I only have a stack of torches. I don't like only having a stack of torches. Stack of torches is not very many torches when you're playing a map like this. Well, originally I had 2 stacks of torches, but they kind of just disappeared along with the chest. Now, that chest didn't have anything in it, it was just kind of there. It was supposed to be sort of my staging area chest. If you've watched Zisto, he does this thing where he brings out a chest and it sort of contains things he's collected but hasn't sorted yet, generally at the area. I didn't end up doing anything like that this episode. Again, fiddling with volume. Trying to figure out if ambient affects walking noises. I determined that it doesn't. So, see, I turned it off. Can still hear the walking. There we go. By the way, I'm hoping this audio is more or less decently synced up. I got 2 glass bottles from witches, and then these 3 chests are just for monster drops. They're not very full as of yet, especially since I was eating rotten flesh for so long. As you may have noticed if you watched part 3. So, I grabbed second wooden pick, sword, make some more swords, which is what I'm doing now. That chest is just general stuff. The sign says crafting supplies. It's crafting / building. I keep things like extra furnaces, extra workbenches, extra whatever's in that chest. Basically, it's just extra stuff that you won't use for you won't directly use for either combat nor is it sort of a base building block. Now, I think I have glowstone dust in there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. And the glowstone dust is obviously, well, could be used as a block. I have my arrows on the bar here because 21 is a fairly limited supply and I want to keep track of how many I have left. If I recall correctly, by the end of this episode my bar gets completely messed up. I don't have what I want on there. But what can you do? I'm a mess. I'm a disorganized mess. So here I go into Ember Mines. As you might remember, I have conquered the beginning area of this. I check out that chest, see that there are some wooden tools that I could have used instead of crafting some, and some coal, and just general nice things. Is this a zombie? I killed a zombie. I'm sure you're very excited for me. I killed the zombies are sort of the base enemy of Minecraft. I don't think they're any more common than skeletons or creepers. Well, scratch that. They do have the resources. They summon reinforcements. That's the word I'm looking for. So they are more common because of that, but I don't think they're actually much more common. But I sort of consider them the base mob because just blunt force melee, no special abilities, armored. And here I decide to check for any chests in the gravel. There might be. I probably could have checked more thoroughly, but I didn't find any. And if I'd been planning to do this, I probably would have brought a wood shovel so that I could do it better. But I figured that was probably enough. I had uncovered most of the middle areas. And now into new uncharted territory. Not the Amlup map. I'm still playing the same map. I haven't magically switched. But, you know, whacking creepers with fire burny knockback things. And I kinda could have handled this part a bit better. I mean, you'll see what I mean. I'm not really doing... I'm letting things blow up. That's causing chaos. Like, he just knocked out a torch. And I'm not... And then I tried to back out of range here. But I didn't actually get out of range until right now. And I think at least... I just almost pointed it. Ah! Okay, I kind of forgot that happened, so... Startled me again. Yay. Anywho, yeah, I've let some things explode. I haven't really made any lighting progress, and the only lighting progress I made got exploded. So, a bit of a mishandle. Oh well. Probably should have played a bit more aggressively here. And then another explodes. Yeah. I didn't take damage either of those times, including the one where it caught me completely by surprise. Both caught me completely by surprise the original time, and caught me completely by surprise again when I was rewatching it. Of course, this being a rewatch, I know perfectly well when I do and don't die. So it's not as startling because I knew I didn't die there. But, you know, jump scares are jump scares even if you know they're not deadly jump scares. But I didn't take any damage, which is a bit odd. And I knock out the torch. I easily could have died if a creeper spawned in my face there, but And another explosion. And another. So yeah, I could have done that a bit better. As a general rule, unless there's a bunch of other mobs, you want to avoid creepers exploding, because they just kind of mess up the terrain. I was once playing Legendary on my own. Well, there were people watching. I was playing it in a public location, but I wasn't LPing it. The public I was playing it for was not an internet-based public. But I managed... This was a long time ago when it was a whole lot worse at games, and Minecraft in particular. But I managed to render the first area virtually unwinnable by simply... Well, I skipped the initial cave entirely. Or not entirely. I did some weird strategy where I went into the initial cave, got some creepers to follow me, found some creepers, and got them to explode, thus getting enough blocks to make a bridge across the lava. Probably one of the worst ways I could have gone about doing it, but whatever. But I then proceeded to make the first area completely unwinnable by causing so many creeper explosions. Oh, there's a blaze. As I've mentioned, I completely ignored that creeper. Again, both times I just kind of see it, forget it's there. And a blaze rod dropped, as you can see, although in the game I didn't notice until significantly later. Just sort of picked it up right then, and the blaze spawner is down. Oh, those are some skeletons back there. Wonder if there's a spawner, although it's kind of far away for a spawner. But here I said something along the lines of okay, this is a nice place, but I don't trust this map. That's the basic gist of it. And I've been mentioning that I've seen parts of... Oh! Right, the trap chest discussion. Right here I'm checking to make sure neither of the chests are trapped. Or at least that there's nowhere that the trap could lead to. You see, I'm red, green, anopic. Or to put it differently, slightly colorblind. As a result... Oh yeah, I'm checking to see if they're silverfish, which they're not, which is amazing because I have a fair supply of stone now. But, as I was saying, red, green, anopic. Suffice it to say, I cannot tell the difference between a chest and a trap chest. I was playing the CTM map Minimalist on my own, and after a couple too many deaths by trapped chest explosion, combination between me not being able to tell them apart, and me not having my sound on at the time, so I couldn't hear the hissing. Those two factors combined killed me a couple too many times. So I was trying to see if I was actually capable. Oh yeah, they have 32 coal apiece, which will save me some time off camera. I haven't done any off camera work after this episode yet, so anyways, basically I spent about 10 minutes staring at a chest and a trap chest right next to each other. I could not tell the difference. It was sad. It made me sad. And my inventory is full at this point. Which, oh wow, yes, I spent a bunch of time mining stone on camera because, as I may have mentioned, I do not trust this map. I was very suspicious it might just explode at me once I'd mined a certain amount. And oh yeah, creeper over there. I basically say at this point, well, hope he doesn't see me when I have my back turned, and doesn't come over here. But yeah, I really do not trust this map at all. The first area has succeeded in convincing me of that. So I did not want to chance anything exploding, any traps exploding. I'm not going to show every time I do anything in anywhere where there could be natural spawns, because there might be a creeper or something else dangerous. So it is fully possible I might die off camera. However, I'd rather not do it to something like a trap. And there's the creeper that I said, gee, I hope it doesn't come up behind me while I'm not looking. I guess I'll ignore it. Yeah. I am excellent at seeing potential hazards, acknowledging they're there, and then promptly ignoring and forgetting about them. You know what? That's the way it'll be. So, mining stone. It wasn't trapped, by the way, spoiler, but, you know. As with most LPs, I kind of assume that in general, kind of assume that you've played up to the point I'm at in anything I play. If you haven't, that's fine, but, you know. Also, it is hard to do commentary like this without spoiling things, because I already know what happened, and I'm supposed to be talking for, oh, how long was this? 20 minutes-ish? Might have been, let's see, according to the thing I'm currently watching the video in, we're 17 minutes through, and still have a ways to go, so wow, where did I use so much time? The episode went by really, really fast for me. I noticed that I'm down 2.5, which means I can use bread to its maximum efficiency. Not the enchant, the concept. I decide, since I can't really mass produce arrows using flint because I don't have chickens, plus, have you seen those gravel patches? Flint won't be that hard to find. I figured that 1 cobblestone would be worth more than 2 flint, because it's rarer. Oh, and look what I found! An emerald! Excite! Joy! And it's Emerald 5. So, clearly I missed. My guess is that there's at least one emerald, Emerald 3, in Grove of the Burning Oaks, that I completely missed. Maybe up near the ceiling somewhere. Hopefully emeralds can't be exploded by those TNT explosions that went off when I was burning it down. You may have noticed that. Yeah, I comment. One went off during the time-lapse section of last episode. One went off before that, and I commented on it. Hopefully neither of those destroyed emeralds, although generally objective items are not, or objective holders are not in danger like that. So my guess is it's like up on the ceiling somewhere. And then maybe I was wrong. Maybe what's it called? Maybe Heroic Gauntlet or Valor Passage. Maybe Valor Passage was before Ember Mines. In any case, there have been 2 emeralds, number 3 and 4, that I've skipped. Also, I like how I just ran past the skeleton who saw me on my unprotected stair. But, you know, I live on the edge. What can you do? Exciting battle. I almost died at one point when I was farming wood and whatnot in Grove of the Burning Oaks, the Grove of the Having Been Burnt Oaks. Basically, well, first of all, did I mention I made a farm? I learned via Wikiness that what's it called? That coarse dirt can be tilled. It just requires twice as much tillage to till. So I started a wheat farm. That's why I had bread at the beginning of this episode. But I did it near one of the ponds of water. At a later point in that pond of water, dropping off Emerald 5, in that pond of water there was a skeleton. And I kind of just jumped in the water after it, and I'm sure most of my viewers have at some point tried fighting a skeleton in the water. Suffice it to say, it doesn't go well. I was unarmored. It took me down to around 2.5, or it took me down to around 4 hearts before I thought to go around to the side of the water it was on and come in it from the land. Now granted, they're small pools, but it basically took me down to 2.5 hearts. I had plenty of food to heal afterwards, but it would have been very inconvenient. And I have anvils now, and enchanting books. So that now I have things to put in the enchant book, and use my 29 levels on. And they're pretty good. Unbreaking 1, I mean, they're not late game enchants. I'm kind of hesitant to use the armor enchants. I'll probably throw Fortune 2 on just random stone picks so that I can mine some coal more efficiently. Get more coal for my coal when I coal. Because the only other use would be to wait until I have an iron pick. And that would... because I don't really need more redstone or... I mean, I guess if there's a limited supply of lapis, that could be nice. But I presumably will have something else fortune by the time I get to long before I get to diamonds. So I won't have to worry about that, I wouldn't think. But oh yeah, I was reading on the forum about this map, and apparently it has 7 intersections. 7! Some of which, and apparently after intersection 1, all the areas get kind of huge and open world. I'm really scared about what I've gotten myself into playing this. Okay. So, I was talking. Oh, I have things in the brewing now that aren't. Oh yeah, I'll probably just use Fortune 2 on like a stone pick and mine up a whole ton of coal, so that I won't have to worry about running out of coal or torches or anything like that. I feel pretty confidently established since I have that stack of... I felt confident at the beginning of the episodes, but now with that stack of stone, and Grove of the Burning Oaks is quite a good source of wood, and I have plenty of coal plenty of coal already, and plenty more I can get. And so yeah, I feel pretty good. Anyways, I have to make my commentary more or less line up with what's going on there. And I seem to be nearing the end. Oh yeah, I think I did a full half hour. So, I hate having to estimate things. But I think I'm about to sign off. Just sort of looking around. Well, I'm about to sign off, and I think in that video I was preparing to sign off. Although, as usual with my sign-offs, it was a long, rambly affair with lots of awkward pauses, because that's just how I go. I ramble and feel the need to specify things which don't need specification. Also, decorative torches. It's nice, isn't it? I have a fairly good kit, although not enough torches. But plenty of coal and plenty of wood to make more torches. So yeah, I'm fairly well off. I have anvils. Yeah, I have a great position. I have some enchanting thanks to the stone supply and the enchanting book supply, not thanks to the stone supply. Stone isn't magic. But you know, despite my technical malfunctions involving me having to do this right now, recording audio independently from the video instead of live as I normally do, and most people normally do, I think that was a pretty successful endeavor. So I have to make it line up with what's going on in the video. Me signing off. I don't want to sign off early, but I don't want to sign off late. I need to sign off all in sync, and it's terrible. I don't want to ever do this again. And I'm literally just staring while I sign off, so I don't have anything to comment on. So, anyways, episode 4, in-game success, technically failure, still have only 3 deaths. Thank you for watching. I'm Master Wonder Mage. This map is fun. You should play it, or you should have played it if you've already played it, or you should just continue watching me. Do what you will. Thank you for watching. Goodbye! Yes, more or less well-timed.